Do world. Shalom, brothers. Brothers and sisters. Amen. Prime Black in the building. How everybody doing? Hope all is well. To everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, X, all the platforms out there. Appreciate everybody to tap. What's going on, baby? I know how I get on the road again. So yeah, what's that? Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Show is. It show is. But Obama go there. Like, right. I'm good. I'm not good. Peace is peaceful. Peace is peaceful. So yeah, the world is changing, y'all. A lot of things going on. Just yeah, get right back to Aquarius. Everything getting aired out. Just getting aired out. It's air sign. What was that judgment? Knock you right back down. Knock you right off your high horse. Bring you back right down to ground zero, sea level. What it do? What it do? Yeah. Hot shit. Yeah, we definitely been seeing a bunch of destruction and mayhem, all that stuff all over the world. So Pluto and going to Aquarius, everything definitely getting head out and truth coming up. A lot of egg on the face from a lot of people. You know who they are. Doing all right, Sister Queen. How are you? Still in the hospital? Doing all right? I'm at the company. I may have to come down and come check. So good. Yeah, it was good. It was a good meet and greet yesterday with Sister Spiritual Life passing through, Sister Pat, Big Judah, Big Levi, Moria, Brother Sly, and family together. Almost 2,000 strong. That's beautiful. It's like it's a global bonfire. To be able to tell stories. It's always good to be amongst that. And, ah, no bueno. Jermaine down for the count as far as like sleep, exhaustion. Got some food. Yeah, I just went grocery shopping yesterday. I mean, bunch of that. Yeah, the meetup was good. Good to see that. I think it's important to see, you know, to see the elders be able to grab it. Yeah, okay, bed rest. That's good. Need that rest. Yeah, it was fire. Get a chance to get so much insight, in one big lump, especially now for the holidays. For us, it's like a whole brand new family giving, friends giving. Shalom, brother. Bonjour. So I'm about to get back on my French. I've been BSing around, so don't worry. I'm gonna be up in France, shooting it with the best of them, chopping it up. But no, I suck right now. I'm a white belt. But no, it was great. To be able to get all that energy. It's like our energy is building up across the whole world. And it's protecting the ones that are in places that may have bad weather, like in the Philippines, but believe in Judah's risen. Uh, sending our love, light, and protection out there. It's all over the place. UK. Shout out to everybody all over we're in Canada. Whether you listen to music, you know, we got some goodies coming. I've been working on them beats, so I got some stuff. So I had to get situated with the job and all that. So it's like, yeah. But now I get enough time to be able to work on some new stuff. Anyways, but yeah, Aquarius, and it's about to be Sagittarius too. So it's about to be the house of the Sag swag. So yesterday was 3 years ago that my father had passed away. So it was like I woke up with that Temptation song, Popular Rolling Stone, like all day playing in my head. It just kept playing. And, interesting, it being Pluto going into Aquarius like 3 years ago. That same eclipse during that time when my father passed, it was the transition for me. That's when I had my experience, my voyage, my journey, and one of them. But that was definitely the most pivotal and significant one that slapped me in the face, woke me up. Um, Definitely took the truth a lot more serious. And, that was 3 years. Just even 3 years now, hard work that has been put in for me to be where I'm at now. So it's like all praise to the Most High for to be able to have overcome and to be where I'm at now, to go from starting to surviving to now stable and thriving, you know, and truly being able to embody and embrace and accept the gifts and the missions and the blessings that are deserving what to us. So, and me, I know that for sure. But it's just good to be in a time right now. In a time right now where we've been on both sides of the grass to be able to have that deep perspective. Ultimately, to really reconfigure us and knock it back into equilibrium, reshape the path, a new path. And it's definitely a trailblazing a new path. You want to say? I'm back in California. Back in California. I was just in Northern California, head down to Southern. So heading back down to Southern. So I'll be down in the area. Have to go and grab a couple more things from the house, where I can feel, safe and be homely from where I can be able to record, work out, anything like that. Make, my smoothies again, start cooking. I lost a lot of weight over the year. I fasted. Being able to be where I'm at now, it was the right move to fast. It was the right move to do everything right now. Like I said, like when my father passed, my grandmother was sick at the time too. It just all that, but I was like trying to take a step back, and that's what I was doing, was like reevaluating everything. And lo and behold, now it's like I'm a better person than I was like 3 years ago. I know that for sure. And I'm just grateful. I'm just humble. Now that it's going into Sagittarius, Pluto's in Aquarius, the end of the year, and all that's transpiring, everything I developed, um, just it's just awesome. Grateful, excited for all the new projects and music, and just creative stuff. To really just get back to it, hit the reset button on what really matters, and doing what's needed to do. You know, shutting up and doing the work, as usual. I'm tired of whining, bitching about it, crying. Definitely not what I'm doing, but sometimes it leaks out. Man, I'm not perfect, but just interested and excited times that things start to build up in a direction. A lot of nonsense, you know, that's been happening. Getting attacked, definitely getting attacked. Definitely super on our channel getting flagged, videos getting taken down. They be messing with my channels. I think that's why I'm just like, you know what? It's got to keep pushing through. Just like, forget it, getting emotional with what like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But keep on trucking. But yeah, oh, snap. Last night, see, that's why I think I was bringing up that whole story because I was driving on my way back up to take care of what I was taking care of. And it being after that meeting, interesting enough, I was driving through pitch black, dark, and I saw two sightings last night. And the first one I thought it was like, a comet meteor shower, a comet or a meteor shower. Can you hear me? Can you hear me better? Should be on. Uh, can you hear me better? Okay. Move this out of the way. Oh, buddy. Tuck this all the way up. Open it up, I guess. I don't want to zip my neck up. I got that bleeder. We got a bleeder. Oh, there. Chain there. Oh, this a little better. Uh, this cousin should be a little better. But I was driving. I wasn't sleepy or nothing like that. I don't drive sleepy. I'll be up. So I was up. It wasn't like I was hallucinating or nothing like that. I wasn't hypered up or nothing like that. But I was driving, and Now, the first time I saw it, I was like, nah, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what I think I saw? You know what I'm saying? It was green. You know, it was definitely green. You know, and there's no crop dusting or there's no chemtrails. You know, helicopter, plane, private jet, none of that. Wasn't no supersonic, B-12 bomber or whatever like that. No, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. I know it was a quick flash. It moved fast. It flashed fast. So I was able to just like, huh? You know? But I knew what I saw. And it flashed down like at a different type of diagonal. It didn't come down like it was like crashing down like a comet or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. It looked like it was coming at a diagonal like it was landing or something like that. I don't know. But it was green. And I could barely get a good visual because obviously I was driving, it was dark. I wasn't going to be able to catch that, So as much as I'm trying to explain it, video evidence always, changes the narrative and perspective. So I was like, I'm fortunate to even be trying to shoot because I was like, coming around a corner, or like trying not to die, you know what I'm saying? But I wind up seeing it that first time. I was like, huh? Like, that ain't what I just think I saw, whatever. And that was at 2:22. Not even 22 minutes after that. Saw it again. This time I was like, and it's interesting because after I saw that initially, yeah, after I saw that initially, uh, I kept like leaning up and looking up into the sky. It just had me looking up into the sky now. Like I've always kept my eye on the sky, like, since a kid. It's like keep your eye on the sky, you'll see the prize. That's always been like my little, I guess, mantra. Look up. There's always something happening up there that we be down here. We either looking down or looking straight, or looking back. But most of the time, most of us are not really looking up. So I always catch myself looking up. People always looking at me like, "Why is he looking up?" You know, I love looking at the stars, looking at the constellations. It's kind of like learning, looking at different locations. Trying to learn the degrees and the compass and all that stuff. I think it just makes sense, especially when things go down. These are like simple things that we should know. And I know for me, it kind of humbles me because it's like, why don't I know this? So I think me going, moving forward, it's gonna be me learning a lot of these little tricks and trades. But anyway, so I started the first one. Now, mind that I kept still looking up into the sky. Now, the moment that I just like braced back and got comfortable. It's not like I took my mind off it or anything like that, or took my eyes off it or whatever like that. But I was just driving close to it, like I don't want to be hunched over in that position, just trying to be looking up in the sky, trying to drive, whatever like that. So I gave myself some grace and just kind of, ease back and just went into relax mode a little bit. And like I said, 22 minutes later, just after like a little bit hunched into it, like be like anywhere between like 9 to 15 minutes, I guess I was just going in and out looking. But lo and behold, that second green came over and I saw this definitively. That's why I'm like, oh snap. And shalom sis, wagwan, wagwan. And so I saw this definitively last night. And that was something different. It was the same thing. It was green. Both of them were green. I saw two green things shoot across the sky. Not at like a diagonal where they were like, looked like they was crashing down like a plane or something like that. You can tell when a plane or something like that is like man-made heavy, it drops. Even if it's going at a velocity, it just somewhere it just it may be the incline, but it starts going down almost directly shooting down like that. This was going down at like it was like shooting across the sky, but it was like there was no really telling where it could have landed. If if it would have been in my vicinity of looking at it, at least the second one, at least the second one, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Like keep looking up, like keep your eye on the skies, you'll see the prize. Like something that changed. Even last night, even after we had the meeting, even after going into Pluto, going into Aquarius, it made me feel like this internet or something going on, something gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what was my initial thought process of like, okay, something's about to happen. We need to pay attention and keep our eyes up, looking, alert, or whatever like that. And after seeing that second one, I was just like, I wish I could have been like able to find, go towards it or anything like that. I just saw like ET real quick, but that's my little story that got from, you know, last night. That happened last night, literally. And I'm definitely, I've seen so much stuff like that. That's not my birthday, but I've seen stuff since I was a kid. I've seen stuff since I was a kid. Man, like with my own eyes, like one of them I try to get on, Shalom, brother. One of them I tried to get on videotape. No, twice. But the second time, I couldn't because I didn't have my phone. I had my phone upstairs. The situation. But I was with the people and I was like, look at that. This was like some prototype. It was crazy. It was like something was definitively happening. I was waking up from a noise that was happening at that time. I was in bed and that noise was going on. And so I didn't know. Uh, Great job on the video, beloved B Rain. I'm excited. We got some stuff going on. So now I'm able to sit out here and start working on my stuff. So and I wound up tripping about that. That I couldn't get that footage because I didn't have my phone. It was like it didn't want. Most of the time, it's like it didn't want me to like videotape or like share the experience like that. So it's like even verbally now, I feel like not. I feel like it's forbidden now to even start speaking about these things because it needs to show up itself and knowing that we already embrace it, we already accept, like we already know what it is. So, but it's still like Ezekiel 33, like you still must present what I'm like the nation's traveling news anchor. So I'm just reporting live. So, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for this stuff to get going. Especially me, I have to like organize my whole hard drive to get like the stuff ready for me to sit down and start working on the stuff. I start working on it heavily now. I should have my stuff growing up and cooking up. Uh, but I share that story because I remember seeing a sighting really young as a kid. I thought I got beating up Scotty. It was crazy. Um, it happened so fast. I just and it really is. It really is, and that's how I take it. It's giving me the affirmation of what I may have been thinking about that time. My intention, it would have been like confirmation. So many different dynamics during these times. The other one that I tried to record, but I had a raggedy phone. It was broken, and it's crazy because when the phone broke up, I was just breaking up in a relationship at the time. She's like, I'm breaking out with you. My phone like broke up in the conversation with her. So it was like the same phone. I just happened to get it fixed just to get the job. So it's like I broke the phone. She broke it with me. I was broke, but I wound up like getting my phone back on just for a smidget of a time for somebody to give me a job, and I was actually getting a job at Victoria's Secret at Third Street Promenade in Santa Monica. So I wanted to work in at Victoria's Secret at the Santa Monica Promenade. And this is a funny story. I got so many stories. It's crazy. It's hilarious. Um, but man, that was funny. But during that time, I wound up. I can't even see. I'm missing a lot of stuff in between that. But I wound up getting the job. I'm like, bet I'm gonna work the job. And uh, at the time, I didn't have a car, so like I had to. There was no buses running that early at the time. I just didn't get to where I was trying to get to. It was just difficult. It was just so bad. But I was like, I got a job. I gotta go work. Like that's just who I am. I'm a Chinese ox and I'm a Sagittarian love pony. So it is what it is. You're gonna get a hard working man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul. But I wound up, I had a bike. The only one to take my bike, still didn't even ask. He went to go to work or whatever. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He went to work, but he got in trouble, got locked up, and locked my bike up in the chain while he's locked up. I can't even get contact with him. My phone's jacked up. It was just all bad. My form of transportation to get to work, the most easiest way, had just been a dog in the middle of the street. Freeway. Wow. He's not getting past that. He's stuck. But my form of transportation, as soon as I got the job, I'm like, yeah. I think I only rode it maybe one, I think 2 or 3 times. Because I took a cab the first night and it was expensive. It was like I was like, huh? Never again. I'm never like who does this? Who pays for this? Like how you mitigate that risk? I mean that margin as far as transportation with I don't know at that time I was you know right trying to make it work. But I had the bike. I wanted to walk on the bike. Wasn't even my bike. Lost the bike. I felt bad. I still owe that brother a bike. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call him and hit him up. I'm gonna get him that bike. Uh, Lost the bike and I'm heading down to Southern California, heading down to the Air Force Base, Edwards Air Force Base. I'm gonna be working on it. I'm gonna be working on military base. So hey, I'm stepping my game up. I'm trying to get that on my resume. I got a lot of stuff on my resume right now. So but heading down to Edwards Air Force Base, north and south. So I'm back in California. I was in Texas for a while. I was in your region in Amarillo for a while too. So, but my job was having me swamped. I was just moving around so much. I was so exhausted, and I knew it was going to happen. I knew they were going to start backing up. Like people were going to start going back home. They were going to start having like work to do. It was work available. Obviously they rely and depend on me at the same time. So it was a compliment. Um, which is accommodating for me because, like I said, I'm out here traveling news anchor. Uh, but now I'm about to be in this region because of the holiday season and stuff like that, and it's winding down. It just made sense and it was appropriate for me because I'm closest to home to where I can drop my stuff off. But the situation kind of worked out really properly right now that I'm gonna be on the airport. But I don't know. It's probably like one reason that I might activate some alien technology. I promise you. That's what I've been thinking to myself right now. Not around the world yet. I got my passport. I haven't gone around the world yet, but around the country, I've been to 46 states so far. I haven't been to Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. Bachelors. So 51 states like this. Guam is territory as well, but the regular 50. Um, those are the only ones that I've been in. Almost every nook and cranny, every state, every city, and all of these states. I've been to the majority of all of these cities in the country. And I've got to check everything. Everything. I promise you. So like, I'm not definitely my best life. It's a workation. I turned it into that. So I've met a million people all in a row. Just in my life, general, just even being in, just growing up, doing music, all of that. I know I've seen that many people. So, as things starting to manifest, my favor, I'm starting to see a lot of these people come around, which is amazing. It's a blessing that I've been able to do a lot of good in the world. Whatever, I'm not perfect. But around the world, I definitely feel like it resonates now. Like I've built up a nice little campaign in a lot of these different countries. Like I'm known in a lot of these countries. Like Germany play my music, Canada play my music, France music. I don't know what's going on right now. Wow, ages. I do got my passport though. But I've been to almost every city, literally. Uh, I was in Nashville. I worked in Nashville. I was in all of those little cities, and they all treated me like shit. All these little sundown towns I worked in that had no food, nothing but McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Burger King on every corner, and Subway. That's on every 4 blocks. So for me, it's like, and I'm fasting, and I'm working at night, and my schedule's off, and I'm working 6 days a week, and I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm not complaining about none of it. This is what I do. It works in my favor because this is like I was conditioned like this is since a kid, so it was like my trauma. So it's like I'm mitigating between my trauma in that same time. Balance myself out, but it's like I have that quiet and that zone where at night time, like really where it gets to one, the thing is to wake up at that time. You know, um, it was just always a call. So the job worked out, the traveling worked out. Yeah, I didn't even go to school for this. It just worked out. I got some good soul brothers. The white boys did not want to train me. They didn't want to help out. Like I always had an issue. It was weird. It's like, all right, why do I gotta go through all this just for you to train like you're supposed to train me? But the brothers was always like, hey, what I'm saying, this, that, just do this and you'll be fine. So it's always like encouraging to be able to have that going on. So even for me, I try to transition and try to help a lot of my closest homies and family and stuff like that. Ain't nobody out here on the road doing what I'm doing. And I done told many of them they see me doing this. Now you ain't got no car, you ain't doing nothing. I got my credit score together just being out here, being able to shut off the spigot for all of the damn discipline and budgeting and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, truly. I truly tapped in. I'm never like afraid or like not listening. I trusted everything that was given to me. You know what I'm saying? Like was shown to me. Sometimes I may have been just a complete asshole, man. Just like running against the grain and question or just trying to act like I can do my own thing. I like my shit don't stink. And I get home, I truly get my ass whooped. And I realize that even at I'm like 38 years old, about to be 39 on December 20th, man. So it's like I'm starting to hear the bells and the whistles get way louder. Yeah, yeah. I'd have to really clean out my own closet, and pull out my own weeds and the gunk to be able to get where I'm at now. Even where I'm at now, where I'm even highly regarded and respect that job, but it's like respect my money, respect my check. We're talking about that. Uh, Even now, I'm gonna be working with 83. I'm gonna be around all these, you know, MAGA hats. I'm gonna be around a lot of MAGA hats, which is fine by me. I don't care about like. I'm observing and reporting. Literally that. I ain't talking about what we got going on. You know, if it's a couple brothers that I see that anybody who relates to the whatever we put, like, yeah, I'm very concerned about what I do and all that stuff. If I'm talking about something that this is, it's Oreo cookies. It's Oreo cookies, literally that. You know what I'm saying? You want to play the game, you better know the rules. I know how to be able to move around and fluctuate. I did it all. I'm like, yeah, too easy. Yeah, and I'm handling. I'm eating this big old buffet plate. This is golden corral style. Eating that whole big funny too. The same. This is funny. This is funny. So the same one that I said that I owed a bike. I didn't finish that story. But the same one that I owed a bike to, it was his birthday. We was at Golden Corral. It's funny. It was when my mom got arrested. So and you know, it was bad. Man. It was bad during that time. My mom was really bad with cancer. She wanted to do something for his birthday, and we wound up just, I mustered up some money, and I went and drive the Uber driver. I was Uber driving at the time too, and I wound up helping all of us be able to go to Golden Corral. Went to Golden Corral, man. This lady, this lady had a fake baby. This lady had a fake baby. Fake baby doll baby. Baby doll baby. Baby doll baby. She had a fake baby doll baby. And she was just gone. She was lost. And just like, these people were just like, oh, you have such a beautiful baby. They live in fantasy, fantasy world. Like, this lady had a fake baby. She was feeding this baby. Like, the kids are spooked out. Like, uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll catch up. Chop it up. Um, and she spooked the kids, man. Like, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know how to receive that, anything like that. But yeah, that same one that I would like to his birthday was that go to Corral. So like, I always be weaving the web to bring it back to the point. But that same situation where I lost that bike, working at Victoria's Secret, so I didn't have no transportation. I found myself having to now walk to 7.7 miles. I had to walk 7.7 miles all the way from Westchester all the way to Santa Monica. That was a rough time for me. It was truly Jacob's trouble. And I'm the only one busting my ass while everybody around me be fucking lazy. They was lazy, man. I love them, but just like, dude, y'all fucking it all up, man. Y'all we could have, the teamwork could make the dream work, and we could have done better. But it's just like, you can't make a lazy. You can't keep doing that. And I had to be separate, unfortunately. You know, but fuck that. You can't be the band going down with the single Titanic. Was lessons learned, but I wanted to have to walk for hours, 7.7 miles, just to go work that job. This was during the active recession. It was just like, trying to just get out of it. And I had a couple hours. It wasn't like even a full time job, and it was not gonna cut it. Not in LA. Not in LA. But I had to do what I had to do. And I walked all the way from Westchester all the way to Santa Monica to work those couple hours in the morning. Uh, Stop, unpack it. And on that way walking, before I even started walking, I'm skipping the whole part. It's funny, I'm skipping the whole funny part. So that bike, I lost that bike. That's the only one that didn't contact. He was locked up. He was trying to get back. It was all that. Yeah, I got stories that the worst decisions makes the greatest stories. I got stories today, I promise you. And I lost the bike. And the homie that was saying, oh, this was a group of guys. We all wanted to just hang here, hang. No one went up there. I was on that. I was Uncle Daddy around everywhere. Everywhere I go, I'm always Uncle Daddy. And the homie had a Razor scooter. I'm like, fuck it. I gotta make it happen. I was Razor scootering from Westchester all the way to Santa Monica Promenade. And that was exhausting. And I had these raggedy, they was my old church shoes. It's funny. Oh my goodness. It's funny. Bring it back up. But they was comfortable though, low key. They started comfortable because they were cheap. They were cheap church shoes, but that collection thing was expensive. I don't know how we get warped into that. I don't know how we got warped into that. The people. So we have to forgive myself. So forgiving myself saying But I had these church shoes on. I had to have some dress shoes on. They were the only dress shoes I made comfortable. I didn't have to lace them up. I just popped them on. But I played basketball too, so it's like, hey, they was like all around. I had to get it. Somebody challenge me on the court. You getting crossovers, but cross you over into church shoes. You got this holy blessing. So, yeah, I had these shoes. I was putting it on a razor starter. And you know that like there was just LMU. I went to school over there. It's called AIU, American Intercontinental University. Fuck them. They really jacked me and a lot of people's lives up. And at that time when they jacked up, I was able to bounce back. You know, and I bounced. You know, bounced to the university. And so LMU versus Hill going down on Lincoln. Yes, Lincoln is always the one. It runs through LA. LAX was my backyard. I got stories today. It's great. But they had to fly down there. LMU, there was a hill go down for Marina Del Rey, beautiful area. So it's massive, like it was a visualization around me of the aspirations that I wanted to achieve. So it's like broke as shit. I'm going to school. I'm trying to make money and hustle and make grades and make music and do all of these things and just trying to live. And then the recession happened. But trying to make it, and I'm seeing all these star differences. That's what kept me going. Like I'm seeing these folks, I'm seeing these people just eat in front of me. I'm just like, man, I didn't want to one day. I ain't even tripping. I ain't y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. Ooh, I'm gonna make my own. Everybody gonna be over here. We gonna be over here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. So I always kept going. I was always driven. I ain't never stopped. I always kept going. Went down this hill. This regular scooter got me a couple, got me a couple times all the way to Victoria's Secret. Not knowing that I didn't realize that just like a car, you gotta keep up maintenance on your car. You gotta keep up maintenance on that regular scooter. Now, me finding on this regular scooter down LA is it chewed up the wheels like immediately. Like immediately. I did not realize that. And I had not made my first check or anything like that. And the check was just bullshit, I promise you. Like it was just starting out, just getting off the ground at the time. It was just like, it was horrible. Uh, I went down that LMU hill on that regular scooter. And it was nighttime. I was late. I think I was going early. I don't know. I was thinking I was on time. I think I was good. I went into that day just, it crept in like a thief out of the night. I'm going down this hill and going down this hill, you won't get the story. I didn't fall. I didn't fall. The wheel just disintegrated. Just, I thought it was like WWE contest. It just, you know, I saw sparks. I went down this hill so fast, so fast. So fast from my eyes. I did not want to at the time, man, but I believe it was Brian. I was like, I did not want to be on a Vine video. I was hoping that one of these white boys is not up in one of these like front mansions, whatever like that, recording outside just to see me fall down. Like I was just like, I hope this is not. I hope somebody did not record this. It was embarrassing. Some put it out there. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I got saved. I was saying that I would fall. I called my foot in. The church shoes saved me. The church shoes. It's in the church shoes. But this thing, I'm having to carry it. It's heavy, wonky, and I get to work. I'm sweating. I'm walking, and I have to walk both sides just to work. I had to leave extra early. There was no sleep in it. That was what I was getting into. But I'm saying all that because they're like raps about it. I really was out here getting every, like, as much as many people know me, it was like, nah, they ain't got nothing but love and respect. Cause it's like, I was never one of them dudes who just sit there and plan and beg and be on some bad relationship. Like, I always made it happen. I was always covered and protected in some form of fashion. I was getting taught lessons. I was learning myself more. So a lot of the times I wasn't learning, I wasn't paying attention, but I was like overwhelmed. My man had a bunch of my plays that I was just overwhelmed and paying attention to it, just distracted and just not focused and locked in, and I was emotional. Just all this stuff. This is trauma. This is stuff I'm seeing. This is my real life. You know, it's funny, but it's sad shit too. You know, it's like it takes time to really, time heals our wounds. You know, you can do better and get better. You know, so I say all this because I was walking down Lincoln and I had this raggedy phone. I don't think my phone broke because of that. I think my phone broke because of something else. I think it was another situation. But I was still holding on to this raggedy phone. It was a Boost mobile phone. It was janky. I knew I could have. I knew at the time I could have got me a new phone, but I was like weird. I was so just like fidgety on my money because it was just like concrete jungle. It's like, everybody want to smoke weed, but nobody want to pay the bills to do anything like that. So I'm just like being mindful of my situation. So I just built up this little bit of protective side to where I need to treat my own self to make sure that I was good. But I want everybody else around me being good. And lo and behold, I was walking down Lincoln, and down Lincoln, it's Marina Del Rey, and walking through Marina Del Rey. Something was, I kept thinking about the water and stuff like that. And I walked past, there's this, like Harley Davidson motorcycle retail shop on the left hand side. There's this custom car shop on the right hand side. Yeah, as you're walking north. And so I'm walking and I'm coming up to I believe it's like CVS or Rite Aid on the left hand side. And then, right hand side, that's Washington Street. So right before I come up to Washington Street, I'm not even about 100, 200 feet away from on the other side of the street from the trajectory, Walgreens, I believe it was a CVS. And I hear this noise. Now, it wasn't a plane. Because I know what planes, if I look at it, that's my backyard, I know what planes sound like. Uh, I know what a helicopter sounds like. I know what military aircraft sound like. This is not any of those. This is not a drone. This is not any of those. This is a different type of craft that flames. As I'm walking down the street, I'm already irritated. I'm already holding this lucky ass broken razor scooter. It's happened on the same day. Happened on the same day. It's crazy. That's how I can talk. Oh man. And I'm walking to my left peripheral. Cause like I got a good peripheral. I'm able to see like if you able to tilt your head down, you're able to get a better peripheral as far as your longer angle. That's what the ninjas do. There's a book that I read called Ninja or something like that. But I learned a lot. I realized even in that book, I gotta find that book. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna do it. One of the books that I'm gonna read. I got a couple books that I'm gonna read. You got to enjoy it. I got like Billy Lynch letter. I got the Prince, Acres of Diamonds. I got some books for y'all. I got some man books, to help out the brothers out there, stuff like that. Some of this is a lot of stuff as well. Books. Anyway, when I'm walking and I see my peripheral, I hear this noise and I'm seeing the same green light, but it was different. It wasn't a helicopter. It wasn't like an aircraft. It wasn't a drone. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't none of that. It was something different. And I kept my eyes on it. It was close. It wasn't like it was super far. It was medium. It was a good medium. I had my eyes on it. That was before we got the kind of cameras that we got now. Like wouldn't have been a great shot. I tried to get it, and when I tried to open up my phone, like I said, it was right, I couldn't open it up. Now I had my eyes locked up on time, and I looked down, and I locked up, it disappeared. It disappeared. I was walking, I got my eyes on it, because I'm hearing it. Huh? What the hell is that? Is that? Oh, let me get some. It's right. I don't think I've been like that. I mean, when it's nighttime in LA, it's nighttime, It's just better. I don't know. I just enjoy LA when it's nighttime like that, too. I don't know. It's just beautiful. But during that time, this was right there, right off the beach. The beach is not too far from there. Marina Del Rey, the Marina Del Rey, the block is right there. That's an expensive restaurant that would fucking hire me. They are high stores. Uh, but I saw it and I tried to get it on film. And even after I did it and it disappeared, I tried to just like record on my phone on my camera. I'm like, man, this would have been a horrible picture. It was a horrible picture. But during that time when that happened, it was a significant time. During that time, I remember the day. I was trying to go into deep meditation. I'm trying to remember the days that I started, like looking back on a lot of different history of mine. I've done so much, I've gone through so much, just like certain things have become a blur. But my recall is good. Like I recall it certain things, but I'm trying to get the dates down too. So it just makes much more sense to just add up. My numerology just really intricately spot on. Me being a centaur, I'm spot on with my arrows. Only when the only when it's on target is when I'm emotional. I understand that. I'm a love money, so I start leaving as well. I I'm the one that be shooting people in the ass with all damn arrows. Sorry, boy, watch out. Yeah, just hey, you caught it straight. You caught a Ricky. Unfortunately, you caught a Ricky. Get out of the way, you caught a Ricky. But during that time, that was one of the times that I saw something, and couldn't really explain it. A lot of people wouldn't have understood. I did it, but it was like, people just write you off. People aren't even, like, I got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting because people want to hear it, but it's still at the same time, it's like, but for me, I would never forget it. I can't watch the things I say. I can't. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. A lot of great, a lot of good, a lot of bad, some ugly. I'm trying to really minimize. I've definitely minimized a lot of the ugly and bad in my life. A lot of risk management, a lot of situations like that. I was just couldn't get right. Much I was treading up. I was really burning my time. Look at it now. Like I could have made a lot more situations more meaningful and more thought if I would have, done it better. But coulda, shoulda, woulda. And I guess I'm just speaking on this stuff. It's kind of like minor stuff, uh, especially with brother. You gotta keep grinding, and stay at all of it. I was staying with all of it. I didn't just give up or quit on nothing. I was never quitters never win, winners never quit. That's how I was always like, no, I'm a win. I'm not gonna quit. That's how it was for me. It still is. Always will be. So, but I'm bringing that story up to kind of tie in what I started off in the beginning with what I saw last night, and it being in a trajectory of something that happened on, Pluto going to Aquarius. At that time, I didn't know all the everything that was burning. I was dabbling in it, especially being a man and brother and stuff like that. Not everybody, have a conversation now. Like it's different. I had a lot of work. I talk to everybody. I look at a lot of them. They broke. with something that even friends on me. I'm like, I don't need to be. I don't need to be talking to you. You reject me. You stay away. Don't call my phone. You don't deserve me. You know. But that's where I really like put things in perspective where how much the stuff that we did to start to come down here to calculate the growth and being able to even to now, like I went through a lot of prep books, I watched a lot of videos, I went through a lot of just trial and error, trying to detangle myself from spiritual and generational entanglements that were passed down. Yesterday was the day my daddy died. You know what I'm saying? My father. So absent, but still, I honor him. Even in his absence, he's here in his presence, and he's been here walking and walking, dining with me, and we've been chilling. Like I've been able to make peace with all of this. I was able to bury him and get him taken care of. And that for me was like honorable. That was noble. I had to get out of my own fucking ego and pride and stop being silly and start being more appreciative and grateful for just the aspect of that I am. I could have even went out when I was born, went out every other time of my life. But even then, you just gotta appreciate it. As soon as you wake up, I just go home to the maximum. Even now, like I can spend time getting it in because I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here forever. My energy, that's what I stand for. Make energy. And this energy that you get right now is love. I like all that stuff. You know, from all of that, I grew. Definitely changed. It helped me. It chiseled me out. I've become the man that I was born and destined to be. And so I ain't mad at nothing. I can't be. I ain't mad at none of the hard. I've lived it. I've become phenomenal, and I hope that I've with these stories, lessons, teachings, that I'm able to walk in my mission and my gift as I am as a high priest to be able to help those to help cultivate and kind of shine a light on the things that may have been good or even been bad, and kind of just having the ultimate perspective. I've gone and have gotten the ultimate perspective and having that voice of reason to be able to, I've digested it to be able to re-engineer it and reprocess it out and distribute it in a way that is digestible, not only to me, but comprehensive to from an old man to a kid. You know? And so that's why I feel like even me now speaking now, like I'm not afraid and ashamed. Even, the revolution is now televised. And I know that helps me and gives me peace. And just even with knowing that there's no more taking trouble. And I knew about it all, but I didn't know about it until Big Levi. And I'm just grateful and thankful for him and the nation, just the Most High God. I wish Holy Spirit, learning about my guardian angel, being able to have seen him at 4 years old, that changed my whole life. That made me see. That made me believe. I had to go to that faith of a mustard seed. I'm like, this is not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what woke me up. And it was like the transgressions. Like, who was I in my past life? I must have been a fucked up man. And that humbled me as a kid. And I don't know what I did, and I had to find out. I had to figure that out. And going through what I went through and going through my own trauma, childhood trauma, like I learned. Like, wow, I was somebody. I really was. And I worked my ass off my whole life to bring engineer that education of Martin Hill and change my life around to be a better man than whatever it was. I got sent back. And now I'm coming to that, like even like that life cycle for me with my father is like that. I just went on some journey where that helped me out, where like, I was visited by him to be shown like, hey, you're the head of the household now. Like you lead now. Like it's appreciation, that that sense of belonging and acceptance. Uh, that's what any kid wants. You know, regardless of how old you get, regardless, and everybody wants to feel loved and welcome and cherished and adored and appreciated. You know, a lot of that time I didn't get it. You know, I didn't clamor and complain if I didn't get it. My actions show, and I know that I was depositing my good karma into my bank account. So where now that we have to take trouble, now that all that credit that I built up is now a big jackpot of blessings, you know, flourishing my way because I did the work. And that's what I'm just trying to tell with anybody out there who knows me, you know, that I haven't seen in a long time. You got to do the work. All the work, even whatever you're going through out there, you're going through it because you got to go through it for a reason. You probably came onto it late on in life. That's why they say like the light bulb hits on. A lot of the stuff didn't hit on with me until my mother passed away. I got ripped off the titty, pulled that band-aid right off, and knew that I had to get out here. He was either gonna sink or swim. That same day that she passed away, it was the song playing. It's the end of the world as we know it. You know, that was at 6:30. I was born at 6:30 in the morning, and she passed away at 6:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So my whole life has been an investigation. I've been on my own law and order. So I'm able to sit here and plead my case. I've been in front of the Black Federation. I've been able to sit here and identify. They showed me getting violated, you know, in the most gruesome way. That's why it's like that broke me. That enough broke me. You know what I'm saying? Like just to have that and they can play and loop it in any moment's notice to like snap me back into like, okay, you know, don't get too high. My pride, narcissism, all that, whatever. You know, my flower is a narcissist. You know, the God, stuff like that. Uh, they look at the flower or going to the lake and all that stuff. River, whatever, I believe it's the lake though. But even for me, I can come to even with what happened to my father for 3 years. It's been 3 years. And my birth name is Trayvon. So it's Trey. Three. So I've always been odd like that, unorthodox. I'm left-handed. I've always been just completely different than everybody. I'm not normal. I'm not normal. So it's like I've always been perceived in so many different capacities. I've embraced my differentness. I'm okay with that. I love it. Hope y'all love y'all. Because I love all of me. And I ain't got no shame in it. You know, people walk up to like, why? Why? Fuck off. Like, that's okay. I send you a peace. I send you a peace. I dismiss you. Good luck. Be peace. You know? And I've been at peace with a lot of this stuff because I've done my part. Expectations on the gatekeepers are heartbreaks. We need over expecting and over excessively demanding, obligating people to do the most above and beyond. That's how because we traumatize and trigger. It's the Merry Christmas effect. We want to overindulge and it ain't everything when we ever get an opportunity. Somebody gives us a little leash, a little bit of leg room, a little bit of slack. You know, we try to overindulge. Rub my neck. Oh, right here. That feels good. Oh, you do such a good job. I love you. I love you. Then we just wind up playing coy ass games against each other. It's just like we do it to ourselves. We got a lot of stuff that we got to figure out and learn and get right. I had to do this. I had to go through all that. And even in the affirmations of saying what these sightings or anything like that, shalom. Any with these sightings, anything that has happened and popped up and stuff like that, um, they've been vivid. They've been, you know, documented with me to where I don't gotta sit here and prove nothing to nobody. These are proven to me as my own affirmations in my own life. What are your affirmations that have helped get you on the right path? You know, everything that is, I don't mind the devil's playground. And when you're not doing the work of the Most High, you dooming yourself. You wind up getting yourself involved in the destructive behaviors. You know, bad behavior leads to bad habits, and I'm guilty of that a lot of times. I'm still learning, getting better. That's why I hope that I'm able to just speak it out, because I'm speaking it out now in my own life. That I hope it resonates. That hey, I'm not perfect. I'm nobody's superhero. I'm nobody's supermodel. You know, um, I just try to do the best I can by leading by example, by getting up and just holding myself accountable, being a man, being a provider, being a protector, being the alpha man that I am, being a humble servant, just being strong, uh, being consistent, being persistent, being loving and compassionate, uh, being a gentleman. That's one thing we've lost outside of being a gentleman. You're still a man, but it's okay to be gentle. You must. You must have that delicate touch, because we're masters of the art, especially when it comes to alchemy. And so many different alchemies out there that you must have a fine touch on everything that you do. You can't be rushing greatness. You can't rush greatness. You can't rush love. You want that easy bake oven love, or you want that, Thanksgiving turkey slow roasting, good love. So the same thing comes with your craft. Even when it comes with the discipline of trying to work yourself out and get spiritually right, you have to get right in all capacities, especially mentally, emotionally. I know I have to fix a lot of these different capacities, departments. I needed to get all of them needed a re-inventory. You need to take stock and account of on closet of bullshit, and then clearance sell all of your all of skeletons, get all the keys, get your Michael Jackson thrillers out of the closets, not up under the beds and all that. Ain't nobody perfect. Don't be acting like you, like your roast don't stink. Them shit smell like diarrhea, baby diapers. Like, cut it out. I'm tired of people acting like they shit don't stink. Like self-righteous, completely. I dealt with a lot of people. I was self-righteous, like they ain't do no wrong. Like, no, you did wrong. You just don't want to take accountability. You deny or survival. It's easy to say and deny, like, because it's like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get blamed. I don't want it's just protection. It's another form of protection. And that's all I've been on my own investigation, my own shadow work. I've been going deep down into the shadows of myself. I have found everything. Found everything. I'm still searching to see even more down there, trying to pull out even more greatness out of me. That's why I do laugh and chuckle, because I'm like finding stuff. I surprise myself. I'm surprised and chuckle and giggle and tickle myself. Like, so I'm always be entertained. My grandma used to tell me, God rest her soul, like we were so poor. She was like, you want entertainment, then whistle. That's your entertainment. You don't need no we ain't got no TV. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. And it is what it is. And you work through that. So I appreciate things like that even more. They help me work through stuff like that. So I'm such a neat one. There's a difference between being dirty, messy, and nasty. Which one are you? Dirty, you can get dirty from work, stank, you can build up a nice sweat from working in the hospital, in the nursing ICU, whatever like that, running around, getting a bunch of ERs, pulling out babies and doing all that stuff. Yeah. You're gonna get dirt. Dirt is good. Dirt make you get dirt from work. In order for that seed to blossom, it got to go through that dirt. So it works through the dirt. So in order for you to blossom, you got to work through the dirt. And dirt don't hurt. But did you die? No, you did not. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. As bad as you may think your life is, somebody got a 10 times worse. It's always think of that in that perspective, your cup half full. I'm always thinking a cup half full. I'm always thinking that it's overflowing. There's only times where I feel like it's empty is when, my gas tank is on ease just because I may be going through an emotional day. There may be an anniversary of a time that is, significant. That's why I have to get through these. We got to get through these times. We got to give ourselves time to heal from things as far as grieving or substance abuse or physical abuse, poverty, all of these things. All of these things. Mm. During that same time that I was telling you about this story and working at Victoria's Secret, my credit score was 433, almost at 100. That would have been shitty. I'm like, you ain't never getting no pussy. You got 100 credit cards? I can't trust you with this. Brother who had 100. After you messed it up at 4321. I don't know. But I wanted my credit score was at 433. For the life of me, I could not get it. I could not get it up. Viagra, Cialis couldn't help it. It was just that bad. Working jobs like that, part time and all this stuff, trying to get it right, like LA rent. I'm like, dude, this got to change. I got it together. I got my credit score from 433 up to 750. Yeah, staying at it, chiseling at everything. Even with the student loans and stuff like that, I had to fight that stuff at that school. I had to fight that stuff. They went through a class act lawsuit. They were closed down. They were one of those career education colleges. Like the rise and all that stuff. They be scamming and scheming on people, man. It's just diabolical and it's crazy because the people that were our counselors are people who admitted us. So I said, my mom always said, there ain't no hustler's remorse. People will look you in your face and sell your baby a coffin. Yeah, sell you a baby coffin. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were selling my mama, you know, chemotherapy, And the lady was, I can't wait to go on my vacation with my boo thing and everything like that. I just need a couple more sales of this chemotherapy type of shit. Really? I'm just sitting here mad. I wish I would have had the big leave out work at that time. It's like there's certain things that you just look back and like, this would have really helped moms. But she decided to read it. She loved it. She started getting back into reading. She started getting back. She went and got her GED. She had me at 17. She didn't get a chance to finish school. But she birthed me, and I was her encyclopedia. I was her AI. That's why she was able to. Oh, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? She always used me as something like she would say things simplistic. I was always complex, but we understood each other like that too. She was a Noga High. I was a Noga High. She was a Capricorn. I was a Sagittarius. So it was just interesting. It was amazing that these people would sell all of the stuff to us. So I knew that it was just BL, and I know that was the case. But when I finally got my life together, I was just like, I'm telling people, man, you just got to keep holding on. You can't give up. You can't give up, You got to go through the process in order to progress. And even now, looking at 3 years later now, and I'm thankful and happy how everything has turned out at and to be amongst you guys and amongst just phenomenal people who love and support, just unapologetic, you know what I'm saying? And give it to me rough, give it to me raw, don't play, don't hate, you know what I'm saying? Unconditional, just it's amazing. So I'm just like, it's a humble honor to be here 3 years later after, being here now to where that spiritual umbilical cord, the first time that spiritual umbilical cord felt like it felt like a bungee cord attached to my belly button. When my mother passed, I felt the same thing. That was the first time I felt it. I was, ooh, what was that? And then my sister called me and told me the news. But I felt it. You know what I'm saying? I felt it. Even with my father, when I finally grieved over my mother's passing, because my mother's ashes was at my grandmother's house. And after like dealing with some family issues at the time, I wound up just going there. Like I had finally got a chance to be in my mother's energy and with her ashes. I grieved that day. But that was the same day that I went on a 14-gram SM journey. I just grieved. And my grandmother had left and stuff like that. She was gone. And these fools is crazy. Boy. I promise you. crazy when they drive. But I wind up going on that journey, and that's when I experienced, and that's when I got woke. That's when I woke up. That's what I seen. For what I seen, what it was, really what it is. And I was like, I gotta actually with something is, you know what I'm saying? Like I was shown like, stop what the fuck you're doing. Stop putting that stuff. Stop messing up. Stop doing this. Stop. You know, it just was like I got my ass whooped. I went through that ego death. I went down that wormhole, and it broke me, and I needed that. And I always suggest, and I want to be able to help people go through these journeys because you need it. In some capacity, I'm going to be able to have my hands on, to be able to help people out with their journeys like that. You know, in some sort of capacity, just because we all need to be able to experience it. It's just seeing what I'm saying in this realm right now. It's like, what is normal? You know, it's like so many different layers, so many dimensions. It's like we don't know shit. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. You know, and I'm humble enough to be able to embrace that and be like, I'm a sponge. You gotta give me more, show me more. I am a humble servant. I want to know. I am thirsty for it. You know, I'm in calm, collective control. I'm not emotional all over. I'm now. It's like written as with the intention, and that's what changes. You start getting back myself to be better of myself that I was in whatever life I was. It was horrible. So like I have to get it right now. You know, I'm the last of everybody that I know, and you know, I do want to have a bunch of kids. You know, that's why I didn't want to be irresponsible with that responsibility, like it was shown to me throughout the examples in my livelihood growing up. So if I can be a better example, I didn't get tattoos. I didn't want to fit in with nothing. I was a wild horse. You know, I wasn't on nobody's crew. I wasn't nobody's team. I wasn't in nobody's organization and group in a fraternity. None of that stuff. I was always be ye separate, saith the Lord, touch not the unclean thing. And I realize that now. As I look at it now, it's like, whoa, wow. That one scripture changed the trajectory of my life. And it's levels. Because as I got older, it was like, you know, I would open up the Bible on, you know, on certain occasions where if I need, where I opened it up with the intention and it gave me a verse that I looked at it. Like even with the book of Jonah, with Nineveh, you know, I was in that city and it was X marks the spot. It's just so many different times that I can give you an example like that. But lo and behold, be ye separate, saith the Lord, touch not the unclean thing. That one scripture right there is the one that have saved my life, kept me balanced and level-headed, and kept me locked in and focused and determined to be able to get the stuff that I needed to get done. You know, like I said, I was my mom's encyclopedia. I was just, you know, keeping her up on game on everything around the, the world. So to be able to be around like now, it's like I'm traveling with her and everywhere I go. Same thing with my grandmother as well. I got their pictures in my wallet. So pull them out and glance at them. You know, you gotta keep your elders and your ancestors' energies with you, and they high. You know, even throughout my little apartment, my little place that I got. You know, I got all my OGs all on the wall. You know, it looks like a whole museum in there. You know, it kind of looked like my own version of Joe Rogan experience, whatever like that, where I just got all these different monuments and all of my rewards and like just, appreciating, and just celebrating what the Most High has given to me, you know, to be able to showcase and distribute, to showcase, to be example to my nieces and nephews. Shalom, brother. What's going on out there in the Caribbean? Walk on, brother. Frederick, what's going? But so it's it's become a long journey. So we all got our own we got our own pair of shoes that we've been walking in, And that reminds me of that. So I'm glad I just thought about shoes. Thank you. Ding ding ding. Um, so with those experiences, all those different sightings, those different beings, those different journeys that I've gone on have shown me and have led me to where I'm at now. I couldn't talk to none of these people that I knew long ago about none of this stuff right now. Couldn't talk to nobody. Nobody was listening. Nobody was listening. Even now. And it's 4 years going on 5 years that even now, even with the people that I know, are starting to see that I'm just consistently locked in. They see that I'm in the nation and they see that I'm not playing. I'm glad you say, brother. I'm glad you protect it, man. I got a brother over in Trinidad and Tobago, a couple of brothers in Jamaica and all that. It's all over there. So to be able to be where we at now, it's and to be as investigative as I am right now and being spot on about my own investigation of my own life journey is just it's the greatest treasure chest. It's the greatest treasure hunt to know thyself, to figure out thyself about any and everything, all of every single direction of yourself. And that's what I was doing. My mother was the only one that was really paying attention and was like, okay, you're doing something that's completely different. And she was she was rocking with it. She was like, oh, okay. Because she was willing to bring a greater understanding. She appreciated the things that I was saying, or as vividly as I'm able to eloquently speak. And, it was like I was my own mom's teacher, my own mom's preacher. And, my grandmother was coming too, but it was too far gone. I didn't get a chance to get to her. I was dealing with my own Jacob trouble. I was investigating everything, but I was just too late with her, and it was just it was her time, but she saw the greatness above her. She saw her guardian angel. It was amazing. I was there in her last days, and that was special. She had spewed up blood, and her blood had crystals in it. It had crystallized into the ground, into the carpet, and it left an imprint fast like that. It was heavy, I had never seen anything like that. But I think I took a picture or a video of it. I don't know if I posted it up or not. I think I was just too distraught to even try to think about doing something like that. But it was so heavy that it just was, and just sat in the carpet. And the carpet wasn't the most cleanest, anything like that. But it was But I remember looking into my grandmother's eyes, and it was she had saw God or her guardian angels or her celestial family, whatever. I don't know, but her eyes lit up as she was going through that transition. I just happened to just get there in time. Like I said, that's why I'm bringing this story full circle with my father, because I had dealt with so much shit with my father. I didn't even know my father had passed away, you know, but I remember feeling that spiritual umbilical cord ripping. And when I saw the two green things last night, this happened in Tehachapi, where he used to live. Those two sightings happened in Tehachapi, where he used to live. So it's crazy how all of this is coming full circle. Me being able to talk about this, you know. And I ain't never been on no bullshit. I got you making shit up. I got too many great, crazy stories, true stories to be making up lies. You know, and even in the acting or making a movie, it's still gonna be based on some type of truth. They gotta be. That's just how I flow. But into this happening, I didn't even know my father had passed. And this was during that eclipse. I was looking at the eclipse, and I think it was Big Levi. I remember he was like, "Don't look." He was like, "Don't look at the eclipse." You know, I looked at it, not knowing this was after the fact, and it was like, "Cling," and it felt like my stomach got chopped. Like, ugh. Lo and behold, my father had passed. I didn't even know that he had passed away. I didn't get told until a month later, and it was like a whole extra family drama story and stuff like that. But to come full circle during that time, I wanted him investigating his passing and stuff like that. He had passed on some books and stuff like that. You know, it was just crazy drama, you know. And during that time when I finally got a hold of his ashes, you know, the funeral home charged me like $3 grand to bury him, and all his little best friends were saying that, oh, I'm gonna bury him and do all this and do all that. Nobody did shit. They left my father's body in that morgue, in that funeral home for months. Since his passing was November 18th, his body didn't get taken care of until that uh, 14th, March 14th, because 3 days after my grandmother passed. 3 days after I had finally got his ashes. After dealing with fucking family drama, all type of stuff, they stole all his shit. They stole all his shit. They stole all his shit. There was no hustler's remorse. Like I said, I had to make peace with. I didn't want none of that. I didn't want none of that. I wanted to make peace with his passing. I had to grow up and honor his journey. I wanted to honor the journey in some capacity. Just like I was figuring it out, and I'm glad I did. I stuck with everything. It was funny. I love it, you know, because it wasn't about none of that shit. But I know there was some diabolical shit happening in the background that I had to get to the bottom of it. And the more of these bills, the more layers I was peeling, the more people was getting pissed off at me, getting emotional, like wanting to fuck me up, fight me, shoot me, whatever, like that. It was just crazy. People were just like, oh, like I'm keeping your daddy's shit and stuff like that. Is like, lo and behold, like full circle, what goes around comes around, man. The same one of his friends that said that he was gonna bury him, the same one of his friends that took all of my father's stuff, called me not too long ago. Called me twice in a day. I was asleep. I just got finished. I was exhausted. I didn't return the call. That's finally when something passes. We're going through it right now. Yeah, it's so bad. It brings out the worst of people. It challenges your moral compass. That's why I wanted it to challenge my moral compass. I didn't want none of the belongings. I wanted to actually build. This man actually, he was, and I had to humble myself because he was absent in my life because he wanted to open up his own business. He had to work for the man long enough to do what he had to do, and then he had 9 kids. You know these other women. My mother didn't put him on no child support. My mother didn't put him on child support. It was like that's your choice if either you gonna be a man in your son's life or not. Like she was OG. She was days out like that. My mama just footed it. She was like, man, I'm gonna get out here and get it. She ain't bust it wide open. She didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama wasn't out here knocking like some of these. Like man, it's a whole different era of women. You know, my mama got out here. She's a construction worker, all of that. So we was out here hustling in the street. You know, like we had a candy store, all that. You know, whatever we did, but they took all his stuff. That man had a transportation business right before he passed away. He was trying to build it up, and they took all of that money and dissolved it and all that. I'm just like, man, they took his cars, all of that. It was like, man, y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all, this was during COVID. This had just happened. He had died of COVID. It was like uh, November of that year, 2021. Yeah, 3 years ago. So, 2020, I had just went to the Grammys. Kobe had died that same day. I was just getting dressed. I remember that day just was yesterday. Um, that had happened. The world had shut down. You know, I had just got kicked out of the Grammys that October 15th. They sent me an email. It was like, we're gonna have to let you go because you were inactive or you didn't put out no music. It was just some bullshit excuses and stuff like that. Lo and behold, this year they wound up accepting me back. Yeah, long story short on that part. Yeah, you know, it was messed up. You know, I had got dissed by Timberland. Just like it was just like a bunch of stuff where it's like I was meeting my idols and they were becoming rivals at that point. It's like you can't chase none of these people's coattails. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they've been through or what they do. And you start with the most high start pulling layers off of these people. Like, oh, I should have been actually representing or mentioning these people. I don't know you. I really don't. They don't know me to even be having these judgments or interpretations of me. Anyways, I ain't trying to get nobody else no time. But it was bothering me to where I was getting off of that horse. I was getting these band-aids. I'm like, okay. So it's like, yeah, I know that I belong in the midst of the people that I belong amongst the greats of my fields. And I feel like we all do in some capacity, whatever industry or whatever crap that we are doing, whatever it's carpentry, all the way up to me doing music. It's like our representation of our people, our energy, our spirit of what we're doing right now must be represented everywhere, regardless if it is infested with, we have to come and re-cleanse and you know what I'm saying, having that extreme courage to jump into the quicksand and turn that shit back into solid dirt and foundation. Get it back solid. That's what it takes. I've already accepted that part that, some things have to eviscerate. They have to destroy and fall up, and that's what's happening. And in the process of that, coming back in and underground, low key, secretively, planting those seeds back. But during that time, man, they did all that. I was going through a lot when that whole transition happened, but I knew that I wasn't getting the Jabberwocky. Everybody I knew was like, "Oh, you're not coming to my house. You're not family no more." Like I was just all the way black sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all the way uh, left alone or unwanted, and it was exposing a lot of people in my life to where it was just like, damn, like y'all willing to treat me like this? I ain't never treated y'all like that. I would have never kicked y'all out. I would have never treated you like this. I would have never hurt you. I would have never lied to you like this is how y'all. It's crazy because me being in my emotions and being reactive, I have my own form of tit for tat, and I'm guilty of that, whatever the case may be, and I've done people wrong and I've said fucked up things that I can't take back, and I hurt people's heart and did things and I put my hands on people that I shouldn't have done on any of these things. And I'm very apologetic, and and I'm not gonna run through life trying to ask for forgiveness. Only through Most High that I'm gonna be able to fast, repent, and pray that I've changed my ways, and I could say I have. So hey, that's what it has to be. You got to move on and let go of that. You can't walk around feeling all soppy and sour and jaded and bittersweet about all that stuff. You got to just keep it moving and knowing that the Most High gonna handle everything. Time heals all wounds. Your enemies are your footstool. Vengeance is the Lord. All that stuff. But at the same time, you got to operate with that humility. And I needed to operate with humility too. I needed to do better. I needed to grow. I needed to be a better example. I need to be a better leader. I need to be a better boyfriend, a better husband, to be a father, to be all of these different things, to be a great employee and great employer. To be able to be a greater conductor and facilitator. Like all of these things, we have to be able to go back and hit the reset button and get out the gunk and refire cabinets and closets. And I had to go back in and re-register myself. So that's what the whole last couple of years have been. So I bring it up to the absence of all of these things have helped refill my cup. When I lost myself, it helped me to find myself, redefine myself, and refine myself by chiseling me out. I had to redefine myself. Like, who am I now? And there was a video that I watched. I started to watch a Big Levi because I went through just bad breakup and stuff like that. I partaked in the sides. It was bad. I had to grow from it. I was because I knew I had messed up. We both messed up. Whatever. But I had watched the Big Levi video and it just helped me out. It was just like, who are you? It made me I was in the other days I cried because I didn't know my ancestry. I didn't know. I did not went on this escapade. I just went on this journey of trying to navigate the frontier. All of this information, I started asking all my OGs and my elders, like, who am I? Where do we come from? All this stuff. A lot of my elders didn't know. That wasn't something that we were accustomed to making it a mandatory thing. And even now, just even talking about it with family and friends is still uncomfortable because most people really humbly don't know. But now that I've been able to do work, I'm able to showcase it at my own invoices to be able to showcase to people like, hey, this is the work that I've done. This is the work that you could and should do for your own self and for your own family and for your own, family, So I feel like that was appropriate to kind of lead by example with my own life, going through my own research and development to be able to expound on these things of what I've seen and what I've done, the ups and downs of life, to be able to showcase and be that blueprint to the brothers and sisters out there. So we can do better. We come from shit. We come from messed up situations. We all have gone through. And even everybody that was around, like, just bear with me. Like, we got to have patience. Just, we got to have more grace with each other. Some people just weren't patient, lost faith, lost confidence, questioning things, undermining it, sabotaging. Many times I've had envious, jealous people sabotage, whether it's family, friends, and relationships. People get fucking jealous, man. You become a mirror image of what they should become, and that's their fault, But it's like, dude, we all do that to each other. We all do that to ourselves. We're on the gas and brakes, and we need to get out of our own way and thinking that, everybody else's way is nobody's right or is righter than the next person's right. And we're all trying to figure out a way and find our way and do it the best we can by aggregating all of our knowledge and resources together to kind of make a general consensus what works, what fits. Because we've been lied to. We've been lied to. We've been tricked. We've been duped. We've been all of that. So we have to be humble enough to take it and be like, you know what, I accept the stupidness. I accept the buffoonery. I accept the buffoonery. I accept that I got fooled. And you work it out from there. And it took that time to be able to get to that. But once I found out and I came into the truth, and I was just like, you know what, I need to start figuring. And I needed to really separate. I had to be separate. As much as it hurt me to be out of relationships that I was in, the friendships that I had to be separate. Because I needed to, I love them that much that I need to let them go so they can help grow and learn and be, you know what I'm saying, and see their own fucked up ways too. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't peachy clean. And I'm a no guy, and I'm gonna love you all the way into the moment that the moment that I cross that line with people, is just like, I've given you enough time and slack to be like, try to come back to where we can just try to work it out or whatever like that. But like the moment that line, that boundary and that shit get crossed from me, it's like, you fucked up at that point with me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, I may have done that, but when it's just a one man thing, you just acting like that, nah. That's what I have to separate. That's what I do. That's what I do. And lo and behold, I'm gonna be all right, and I hope they're all right too. Wish you well. You off in peace. Nobody turn. It's your loss. And that's how I look at it too, because I'm humble enough to say that, hey, we need to learn from it, from what we lose. So we just got to do what's best for ourselves a lot of times in order to do what's best for others. And all of the trials and tribulations I've gone through, I had to learn through all that to be an example, to be able to help others, to be able to help the world out, to save the world, to be that shining, that guiding light, that post out of the ocean. That's what we must do. We must continue to keep doing it. And it ain't easy. None of it's easy. None of this work is easy. None of those stuff that I've been through, none of these journeys that I've taken are easy. None of this truth is it's easy. Know that it's digestible. You know, and maybe hard to chew and swallow and all that stuff, like a jawbreaker. You know, you got to put in the work. None of this came easy. So even for me to be able to see the things that I've seen, even from last night, that happened right over the same encompassing of where my father's location happened. So it was like an affirmation of the sign for me twice happened. You know, so it's like I'm a true believer, and I don't gotta, I'm not trying to do everything like I was doing overindulgent person to try to convince people. This is what it is. You can see where I'm. It was hard for me to yeah, yeah. And sometimes you gotta, when in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, sometimes you gotta separate yourself from the environment, even from me. Like my my degree, getting my certification and stuff like that. It was like, yeah, my home is my strongest point. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to get away from that in order to build up enough to come back to it, to be stronger, to challenge the challenge and surpass or overcome or be victorious to the challenge. Sometimes you got to go off into these 7 years of burning bush, and that's what I feel like I just did in real life. On a biblical aspect, I feel like I just literally, without even just effortlessly. And I don't know if that's the case with everybody else in their own way, and everybody got their own timelines and stuff like that. So it's like I have my own timelines and been able to measure, and I know I gotta get back to writing this stuff down. But I've been able to come up with my own timeline with all of my own mathematics, my own numerology. I see all of these numerologies everywhere I go. 333, 444, 144, every number is every number. Every number that is just, I have fun with it. And that was always a fun thing to me as a kid with numbers, mathematics. Yeah, add up. So to be able to be at where I'm at now, it's like I'm Dr. Strange. It's literally like three body problem for me, where I see just everything in code, ones and zeros, zeros and ones. So where I feel like I'm tapped into my powers. And I'm going into the what is it? Crash test dummy mode of trying to, figure them out and work them out, see what works and what doesn't. Lo and behold, so I don't know if I'm gonna be running on this base. They're gonna have me like Independence Day, like Will Smith or something like that, starting to open up portals and activate shit. But yeah, during this time, I wound up going on that acid journey, and I went on the other side and saw so much stuff, and I was cussed out. I was cussed out smoothly. I was scared. I was cussed out. I ain't gonna lie, I was cussed out. And it got me right. Since then, I got right. I made a lot of mistakes even up until that day because I was struggling with being a firm believer. I was a firm believer, but I was firm, like all the way did that series, and that's what broke me, And I started coming to. And lo and behold, when I lost everything, I shed out of those cocoons. It gave me a sense to where now I'm coming over. I'm coming over the horizon of a lot of the different things that really would have held me back in my generational loops and my curses. These are the things that would have snagged me, that I see that snagged my people before me. That's the amazing thing now that I see, that I was like, you're a winner. It's like, you're a winner. Like I beat every checkpoint. I'm like, oh, that's it. They are. particles, the atomize. We have the elements, like it's the periodic table. All these, we don't know shit, man. There's just so much stuff that's way out of our understanding and comprehension at this point. And you know it's way farther than everybody else. They've been delusional and they never believed it. They believe in the Merry Christmas shit, you know. But for us, we are 10 years, light years ahead, you know. But we still got a lot to know and learn, you know, and develop. And so, bit by bit, piece by piece, we're being given and shown the more we accomplish these levels. You know, we're becoming more victorious. And it doesn't come without bumps and bruises. I realize that now. I had to go through those bumps and bruises. I had to wake up from a lot of stagnation, procrastination, procrastinating your time. You're just skeeting and fucking off your time. You're procrastinating. Quit procrastinating. Tell myself that as well. Just procrastinating. Just skeeting off your time. But that's why it's just amazing. Like now Pluto and Aquarius, speaking on that, giving that full scope of the story, like, cause that's been such an investigative time for me, because I was in those conspiracy, not all, not everything, but, I want you to meet throughout the phone to find out what is bullshit and what is not, and realizing that a lot of it is bullshit, that they lied to us, and there's a lot of genuine capacities that we just might have refused to really accept. But now that, the last couple of years, we realized that no, this was not no joke. This is not a drill. this is full red alert. It's like, oh, okay. Now we can pull back and be at peace, not have to trip about what was happening, because it was done to us, rightfully so. Because we fucked up. That was Jacob's trouble. It really was. Even for me, I was like, man, I must have really fucked up. And I realize that now. Like, man, can I get it back right, please? Just Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. So yeah, and I'm humble with the opportunity, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to squander it. I don't want to jack it up. So that's why I do it. Like, I go hard. Like, get that. Let me just go hard, man. Let's just do this. Let's just do this, man. Let's just come on, y'all. Like, what are we doing? That's why people get be irritated with me and mad, because I be pushing the shit out of people. They get irritated with me because I be Uncle Blue Camp. I literally be so militant on people. They just like, this is what you want to do. This is your dream. Or you want to be a dentist. Or you want to nick fools. You want to, it's like, you get your ass up. I'm just helping you, just motivate your ass. Get up and do your motherfucking stuff. A great word to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace. Shout out. You have to do your motherfucking stuff. So it's refreshing, that we see that, we getting these gatherings and we meeting up and doing the Most High's work, gathering and, showcasing all of what we do and just keeping it going, baby. We're just keeping it going. Can't stop, won't stop. I don't know what y'all doing. These people are stupid. Oh God, see, cannot be behind the wheel. Cannot be behind the wheel. Should not be driving. I got a video of this old white lady. She was in a Toyota hybrid, and she was going through the bank, and this poor lady jacked her whole car up in one whole bank transaction. I'm talking about badly. I got the tail end of it, but we were just sitting there like we were just lost. We were stuck. This lady had dinked and doinked up everything inside of the car. So the amount of stuff crazy stuff I've seen on this road is fast and 18. It's fast and 18. I can sit here and go down the whole gauntlet. I got a lot of stuff on my computer that I can screen share and showcase. I don't know why I can't do it from mobile. It's all good. Just gives me time to do it. I can just sit here and just chop it up, stuff like that. Other times I'll be able to showcase. But yeah, that time around, just to see for the last 3 years, to see how things have just really changed, to see where it has progressed to now. We here, y'all. We here. We need to take full accountability and full control, of the power and the blessing that has been bestowed upon us, and not play around with it. So that's why I'm here, especially during these times. I need to be up, vocal and active just as much as the next, and keep the party going. Keep the party going. So I got a bunch of videos that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. A bunch of books that I want to read. I got a bunch of products that I'm gonna be selling as well. Stuff that we need for the nation, and the nation needs, and it's gonna be an exciting time. Time for us to start building up these empires, doing it the right way. And all hands on deck. I know I need help. I know I need all hands on deck. Much help as I can get. So, trying to help myself, changing the trajectory of all that we're doing. You know. But at the same time, I've I'm constantly working so hard that I don't want to wear myself out, burn myself out, and grind myself to the nub that it's irreparable damage. And because of that, the trauma and all that stuff, I gotta understand that too. So, I'm trying to be light on my feet a lot more now that I'm getting older. I realize it is, it's a delicate tiptoe, and I need to be mindful of. I got people who depend on me. I depend on them. We keep each other propped up. So, like I said, I know the ones that love me back truly do. And even for the ones that don't, more that stop loving me, I still love all of y'all. I promise you, I truly do. But y'all didn't do y'all over there because y'all was funking my shit out. Y'all was funking it up, and I probably was funking other shit up too. But I got great air freshener. I got some incense, and got some potpourri. I got some Palo Santos. I got some Dragon's Blood. I got all of it. I got the whole bodega. I got the whole bodega. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna clear that funk right up. So that's what I'm doing. Clear my own funk. So it's going a lot better. But I can't be the own judge because we all think our own shit don't stink. So it's it smells like potpourri. Yeah. Somebody come over here. And you know a kid gonna tell you straight up, hey mister, you know your stank? Did you doodle on yourself? You smell worse than my baby brother. Ugh. What's that smell, sir? Mister? Mama, I think that mister over there needs his this baby brother baby wipe. Mama, I think that mister over there, I need our baby brother baby wipes. He don't think his shit stinking. He is quietly mistaken. He's quietly mistaken. That shit is stinking all over the place, sir. And I'm humble. Get out here, smelling my rope. When you start getting rejected and your friends and family don't want nothing to do with you, you're just the worst scum of the earth to them. Like, all right, there may be some truth to it. Let me figure it out. You know what? I've seen so many of these people's cars broken down on the side of the road. It just does not. It's just a lot. Just the now Dodge truck, brand new cars, beloved, brand new cars. Literally with a tractor trailer, all of them. They all keep pulling over on the side of the road. Everywhere I'm seeing on both sides of the road. Truck tires, diesels, all that, Teslas, breaking down on the side of the road. That's all I see everywhere I go. I may have broken down on the side of the road one time. I got a flat tire. No, I've gotten two flat tires. One in Delaware and one in, I want to say maybe Oklahoma, Texas. I don't know. It was in the middle of a desert area. You know. But yeah, all that stuff is falling apart. That's why they need us out here. They're like, oh, man, we're falling all behind. They don't want to work. Like I said, they don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. It's a man, like I said, I be traveling. They are. Oh, yeah. It's not even, it ain't made to last. I think that's why a lot of the technology, the stuff that we're about to be doing is really about to transition, change the game. When I look at a lot of these mounds and these hills, they look like somebody had a big old dump truck or excavator that just like, helicopter plane just drop dirt instead of water. They just drop dirt. It don't look right. It just look like it just over time it encrusted itself, petrified itself in clay or whatever like that. But some of these be looking like 90-degree angles and stuff like that. Like nature don't make no 90-degree angles. Nowhere in nature. Nowhere. Here. And it's stuff smooth out like what? Nah. Places where they have to pay down all the way all the core ground. Humongous quarries. And you see these little mesas, these little mounds that look like this that Noah's Tower. I got a chance to see that. It's petrified trees that look like that. I got another one on the road. I didn't post that video of y'all, but I just love traveling. It's easier when you got another person with you to travel, and then they can do the drive time with you or multiple, however you do it. But being able to see everything a lot more. That's why I say I see stuff on the road. I saw that last night. And that woke me up. That gave me reassurance that I was, the baton was passed off to me. Yeah, we're stepping in the age of Aquarius where I need to start airing all this shit out. This is Ezekiel 33. This is me blowing the horn on the inequities of all of 83 and all of the Gentiles. Forefront. All of what these people have done to us. The revolution is now televised. We must now shed the light on everything, and it must pull the veil back. We must expose everything. We must talk about it with no shame, unapologetic, because they're going to come at us already full force. So it can't stop, even with me now. And I realize that now. This is just like getting me together, getting me right, and just, dusting the books off, dusting the old ring rust off. So, yeah, I'm happy to be on here doing this, just even having people showing up. It was days where I didn't have a single viewer. You gotta keep at it. You gotta keep watering the seed. It's like that mustard seed, that mustard seed need all the drops of water it can get. As long as you put one drop every day, feed me seed. So, but there's so much going on. You're dealing with these people. You're dealing with a lot of interracial relationships coming to a lot of racial tension around everywhere around the country. It's really flipping out of control. You're seeing the migrants get kicked out of New York and sent back to Texas. You're seeing a lot of this racial tension with a lot of these people. They're starting to fight again, kicking up dust. You see the neo-Nazis walking in Columbus, Ohio. They all gearing up being the proud boys that they are. Ain't nobody scared of none of that shit. Y'all got stuff to worry about enough already. But trying to get us all riled up to talk about this, we ain't tripping on none of that. Y'all doing all this stuff and getting everybody else need to be worried about that. Everybody else who's been acting, being oppressively capitulative to the white European colonializations that have happened around the world that have created this white supremacist industrial complex. Y'all supported it. Y'all all took the bag. However not entertained. That's what it's come down to. It's really come down to that now. Now you got the neo Nazis. Now you're seeing there was a video. There was a video of this Arabic guy, Iranian, I believe, choking out his daughter. I don't know if he killed her, but he was on the verge of killing her. He was choking her out because she came home with a black man, black teenager. Now, teenagers don't love and do what they do. They live in a different. This is a different time now. This is a different time now. Where love is, everybody can love who you love now. Love who you love. You just do me. I'm not gonna do me. You go over there and do you. That's what it is. It's like Marlon Wayne said, you just can't do me. You always say, oh, y'all feel this. But that's what it's been different. Like the whole irony of the whole situation. I remember like my great grandfather used to tell me that. It was like, and he used to get treated like shit in the military. When he came back home, he was getting called a nigger by the Italians and the Irish. They would mess with his job. The security guard, all that. These people would mess with you. It was like, dude, I sat there and protected you in America. Why you over here being fed off the log? And you coming over here calling me a nigger? Oh. So he always had this. He couldn't take it no more. Like he just fuck. He was like fuck they women. Like fuck them, but don't bring them home. Don't marry them. Like don't bring them home. Don't marry them. So it was something in there. He was helping me out to pay attention to, like because there's a curse. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's protection. It was like, and it messed me up because I was hypersexual growing up. I'm a love boy. I was hypersexualized growing up. That's what it is. I was trying to, I was gonna eat it. And so I dealt with an interracial relationship where her father came home, saw us, and it wasn't nothing else very innocent at the time, right? But she wasn't trying to be innocent. Like, she was innocent. White girl. High school. Black girls didn't like it, but none of the black girls liked me. None of them was attracted. None of them hit on me. It's a difference when it comes down to that. And I wasn't tripping about nothing. I didn't think it was an issue. Like you get conditioned like that, and I lost my virginity to a white girl. At the time, like I said, it's a whole different story on how that happened. So for me, that was my first experience with vagina. Just because I was violated. I was violated. I'm like, I'm not gay. I'm sleep with every woman. Fuck the gayness out of me. I'm never gonna be that shit. Like fuck you, that. Like I was just angry because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you realize that, and that woman was just gracious enough to be like, you know what? That's not what that is. And I'm sorry you have to go through that experience here. Let me give you some vagina to let you know what that feels like. You're deserving. You're a king. Long behold, she made me a phenomenal breakfast. She made me a king breakfast. Right? Well, we watched Three Kings that night. Amazing experience. I got stories today. I'm probably going to crazy. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I'm getting on TMI. But this is the stuff that we got to talk about. Like, this is what messed me up. I got to this point. Like, I had to have been the greatest pimp of all time in my former life. I had to have been. Because I knew what I was doing, still do. But it kind of woke me up to a lot of things. Like, I had to really reevaluate where I was going, where I was heading, because I was doing stupid shit, and dealing with different stuff that I had to grow up from. We don't get taught this. We get taught all the wrong stuff. We got to really recondition ourselves back into where it's sacred. And I didn't realize that because I had my heart broken, many times, many countless times. Had many women cheating on me. So I was like, damn. At that time, I wasn't tripping because I was killing like it is what it is, I was such a, what is that, what's the word? Casanova, such a, hopeless romantic, I was an ogre. I'm a love pony, stallion humping on everything around her. You know, and you start showcasing your talent, everybody start watching. Like, you can't be broken ugly as a man. You gotta pick a struggle. The only one who got away with it was Biggie, but he was rich and ugly. He got away with it. Shout out Biggie. Rest in peace. But you gotta get your stuff together. And I realized that growing up that I had to learn how to do better with the relationships that I needed to heal. Being even in a therapy, my pops was a rolling stone. He had 9 kids, you know, and he had to have been funny to be able to get into my mama's girls. So I guess I am funny. The guy I serve is funny. He's hilarious. You know, I'm humble enough to be appreciated in that capacity that people appreciate my humor. It's only because I've been through a lot of pain, been through a lot of trauma. So you just laughing with me with my pain. You know, I try it out. That's all I can do. Express it and get it out the best way I can convey it. But but seeing all these pains, going through all these journeys, and trying to grow up and develop and stuff like that, and I didn't mind being around women. I was comfortable being. I was a gentleman. I think I was the greatest pimp of all time. You know, like women adore me, women love being around men. You know, just I never try to break nobody's heart. Actually, be in love with somebody or care about them in the capacity. Because I was just being who I am. I'm more of like a gentleman. I'm more serviceable, I guess, in that capacity. Where the frustration of trying to be obligated towards something, I can actually focus on trying to get to the betterment of myself so I can be a greater man in that capacity. Because I was resentful of my father not being there. I mean, he was, I didn't look at the fact that he was a hardworking man and he had to pay, a lot of child support to a lot of other women, so I didn't look at it that way until I got older. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. And even then, he had to look out for himself. He himself so he could take care of himself. He built his legacy up to do what he do, and he tried to be better. He tried to be a better man, and sometimes we don't get given that appreciation and respect, in our capacity when we start out. Just like the Arabian dad, he didn't look at that young black teenager. He already had his own impression about it, but I can see where a lot of these different nationalities are trying to preserve their nationalities. They're trying to preserve their race. So yeah, they gotta be acting the way they act. They acting in such a malevolent, malicious way because of history that it ensued from was built off of really bad shit, and they only gonna keep doing what they know. So all of them are just caught in that loop of repeating all of what they know. All of what they know is supremacy and racism and hatred and bigotry, all that stuff. That's all they know. So they caught in that own loop of, divide and conquer. And now the divide and conquer is happening on them. Because now you got all these people that ain't got no babies no more. The birth rate's gone down. You done got too many men over in one population of a country. You got a billion men and no women. Like now you done ran into a whole sword fight, a real sword fight. Figure that one out. So now you make an artificial vagina. It's a bunch of artificial vagina that can't make no baby. You got all these bicentennial. You got all this bicentennial booty. You got that Robin Williams bicentennial booty out here now, glitching and shit. So it's all bad right now. He was choking his daughter out because she was like, You're not gonna date no black man." And it happens all the time. Like I said with the story that I had when I was growing up. I just happened to be at her house. Dad walked into the like, you're never gonna date a nigger. I left. She was that hurt because she knew exactly what that was, and he knew what he was doing, and I had to avoid talking to her. But at the time, we was like all in love with each other, low key. I used to write love letters to her all the time. I was a sweetheart. I was such a darling. I was looking back at myself like, oh, he was such a lover. He would write such beautiful letters. So those are things that I enjoy, just being romantic and affectionate. You know, that stuff I enjoy. Toe paint, toenails, massage and pedicure, all that stuff, all the goodies. But I don't know what just happened. Is it still going? Okay, I'm still alive, y'all. I don't know what happened. My old life just kind of changed on me. But yeah, that kind of like gave me that gave me the ultimatum. That put me in the ultimate picture. Uh, you can't breed with a women. You know what I'm saying? And we're as much as we may desire all different flavors, just because our flavor is desired by all these other flavors, you know, and especially when a lot of times our own flavor complains about desiring us, it's just so like you can't get mad, ladies. Like a lot of black women used to get mad, not showing they desired us. So it's like, what do you do? What can you say when this other chick is trying to holler at me? And she's just looking at him, and she's like, so it's just like it is what it is. Like you can't get mad. You rejected him. You didn't want him, and now you getting mad. So it was a lot of women who would get mad because I would have white girls like me. I would have Mexican. I would have Asian. I would have all other flavors love and adore me and like appreciate all of my gifts and talents and was just impressed. But I was just a boss. I was a king. I just did my thing. I was humble. And as much as I try to appease to my own sister, a lot of them was just not impressed. Like, you ain't shit. You still ain't shit, nigga. You still ain't shit, nigga. You ain't got no money. You little big headed ass nigga. Like, I don't want no scrub. I don't want all this shit. That's crazy. Like, all of this just jacked us up. And I was scarred and traumatized from that stuff, too. Like, man, you can't, no, man, nobody's satisfied. Not one. Not one of them was ever satisfied with anything and everything I was ever doing. Just always complaining. Just some way, somehow, just never satisfied. But I worked on the road, and you too far from me. Just guilt trip. I'll be closed. Oh, you too cuddled up with me. You need to go get a job, nigga. Don't go grab his bill, nigga. I'm gonna watch Netflix and chill, nigga. You need to go work and get this light bill paid, nigga. Like, so, yeah, it got out of hand for me. I had to get myself together. Like, why am I jumping through trying to make everybody else okay and appease and all that stuff? And, I got harsh realities with family members too. They're like, you too nice. Too nice. I realized that. I was a Casanova. I was a Capistrano. I don't know if that means cappuccino or whatever. But yeah, after learning so much and saying that, like after my mom passed, I started just trying to like my own legacy. That ain't nothing against other nationalities and races. I'm desired and sure they're desired and attractive and stuff like that too. But it's just only right for me to be able to desire, my same flavor. My flavor is good and chocolatey and sweet too. And I want to make sure that, that's understood even with myself. I think I needed to understand that even more, even though it resonates with others, trying to, take a bite out of the chocolate. Like I needed to recognize that it wasn't supposed to be, shared amongst and swirled amongst other flavors like that. Just because we're in a war zone, it's battle, we gotta rejuvenate and repopulate and reproduce and replenish the earth like we're supposed to, and I haven't gotten a chance to start planting my seeds yet, eventually someday, most eyes will. But After seeing that video, it's like our brothers need to understand, like that's what it was, and that's what it is, and that's what it's going to continue to be, because now these other nationalities are recognizing that, hey, our numbers are low, and so they don't desire and wanting us to be able to procreate with them. And so even at a younger age, even though it's like a lot more acceptable now, it's being it's the reset button on them repeating what they did at a much more aggressive capacity now, just as much, or if not more, aggression and violence and disdainment towards the swirling aspect now. So I'm just trying to get my brother to, slow down on me, stop, look both ways, shut up, listen. The Most High is trying to tell you something with what you see and what's around you. Yes, maybe these white girls got some big butts now just because of all that KFC chicken. Unfortunately, you know, Ashley and Brenda and Becky got, pound cake now too. So it's a lot of competition out here. Shaniqua. It is what it is, but we're living in a time now where not even that is just okay. Um, I love the natural. I've always been a fan of it. Um, so to see that and them going off in arranged marriages is like, is that something that is appropriate or necessary even in our own community? As far as and that used to be what it used to be. It used to be a matriarchal system where the elder women, would look down and attest to the men and see how they acting and see if they fit in and they got their shit together. If they've gone through the rites of passage, a lot of men ain't gone through no rites of passage. Ain't no rites of passage like that. No genuine like that. It may be like with gang affiliation or like that, but not a real man's, rites of passage and that. I feel like our Jacob trouble was a rites of passage. Me going through my childhood trauma was a rites of passage to be able to come. So I've been able to assess my own life and draw some type of source from that to make it work for me. But um, looking at it now, we haven't gone through that. We haven't gone through that. And so that guy was just like, you're never going to, and that's what I've heard a lot of times with every other race and nationality, interracial relationships. You're never going to be accepted on me. And that's always the case. Even with, mixed light-skinned people, it's always even within our culture, our race, that we have the colorism. We have that issue, and that's only because of colonialism made, when in Rome, be like the Romans. And it's made people oppressively capitulative where you have to walk fine lines on both sides, and you have to pay the sins of your mothers and fathers, as much as how much beautiful and pure you are. Because you are beautiful and you are special and you are needed. You are, at the end of the day. Is history jacked up that it made these circumstances and your testimony to the test that we've gone through, and that's all that is. So being able to accept and embrace your role. We got to understand all the colorism and classism, all these other isms have compartmentalized us into these skyscraper cubicle cubby holes that made us not, when in doubt, zoom out. Look out at the bigger picture of like this is the Willie Lynch letters. These people have deceived us and diabolically mastermind hundreds of years of extermination amongst our people. In the beautiful words of Maya Angelou, we shall still rise. And we have rose and we are risen. And we raising the roof. And being able to be in a place of peace now where we have planetary bodies moving into new ages and new aeons and eons. It's just amazing. The sun is blasting us. Mother Ruach is doing her third. Most High Yahweh, my brother Yahweh Shine on this. we're getting it together. You know, I feel like we're on a great path. We're on a great path. You know, and we gotta understand sometimes we just gotta be separate. Saith the Lord. That's what it's turning out to be right now. It's unfortunate as it has come out to be right now, but I'm seeing a lot of domestic violence, a lot of relationships breaking up because of the color barrier thing, and people just not understanding, or accepting, history. We got to be able to understand that history is repeating itself now, and some people don't want to accept it. Some people want to deny it, cover it up, want to, do all of these other things. But you can't change history. You can't erase it either. No matter how much critical race theory you try to implement or anything like that, people still like it's never going to go away. That's what people do. You just an idiot. You just an idiot believing that and thinking that is going to be the case or that is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm just now getting to where I'm at. I am going to get something to eat, get myself situated. But I'll definitely be back on. I'll be back on. And when I get back on, I got, there's a bunch of videos, news, and all that stuff going on too. And I could be sharing. And yeah, I love all y'all. Man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to y'all. Y'all, making it happen. Yeah. As soon as I looked up, it said 2:22, 2 hours and 22 minutes and 22 seconds. That's amazing. So that was the exact moment I needed to do that. And that's interesting. It was like 222 is like crossroads or decision making, or you need to come to a decision, type of that fashion, like that. So I just realized that I'm starving. I got food, so I'm gonna cook. Probably what I'm gonna do. I could probably watch me do all that. Cook some food. I'm hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna make. Probably a little my baked chicken and some asparagus and some jasmine rice. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta chop up all my fruits and vegetables because that's what I do. I love cooking. I enjoy it. When I get the chance and the time to do it, I make that happen. I make that possible. So I don't know what happened to my overlay. That's weird. But yeah, even on here, yeah, even all you guys up there, I post the link up to where you guys could be able to, if anybody wanted to call in or like join the conversation, if I'm like showcasing something or like that, I'll put the link up and people can, hop in and hit the link and uh, join the program, the broadcast, the podcast, whatever this is, the back of the class podcast where we in the back of the class, we learning. We still learning. We in class, baby. We still in class, but we in the back of the class and, we have our fun. We joke and we laugh and, we get out and we say what we need to say and get our truths out and keep it pushing, keep it rolling, but I might make that something like that. I know I got, the little what is going on, beloved, but I like the back of it. What y'all think? What y'all think of that? I don't know. I can't tell. Um, I don't know what happened to my. So hold on one second. Let me see. Help this out. That's a first. So like my whole thing just like disappeared while I'm driving. See, but that's why it's just like different when it is what it is. Let's see if we can make this happen. 1 second. How's this so out of here? Got it wailing in here. Oh, I don't know. That's stupid. I don't know why I did that. I'll fix that. But let me see. Mm, yeah, I can't see it. I don't know. It just stopped. But yeah, y'all. I'll be back on. Thank y'all for everybody that tapped in real quick. But yeah, I saw. I don't know. Unidentified flying objects yesterday. Last night over to Hatchapee where my father passed away, and it was 3 years. 3 years ago, where he passed away, age of Aquarius, all of this, how, I went through my SM journey, all of this stuff, man. I promise y'all got to start adding these things up in your own life that kind of makes, goes to parallel that we are going through our own 7 years of burning bush, coming out, forged out of the fire like the phoenix, we shall rise. We're going to do better. So, but,